Hi Leos, these are your 2021 predictions for Leo Sun, Leo Moon, and Leo Rising. The very first thing we're going to do is an animal guide reading, and this is going to be about an animal's wisdom that can help you through the year in the best way possible to get the things that you want. After that, we are going to be doing a general reading showing you what is going on in different areas of your life, and then we're going to get more information about that. So we're going to get lots of helpful advice today. Okay, so your animal advice card is the lion. And since you are a Leo, I didn't do this on purpose, I swear. But since you are already a Leo, this is about being yourself. This is about being true to yourself, being flamboyant when it feels like you need to be flamboyant, and being proud of yourself, not in a way where you feel small or you feel inferior or you feel like you need to build yourself up more, but it's feeling like you are already that person that you are meant to be, that you are already content with yourself, that you are already in a good place so that you don't have to feel like small in comparison to anyone else. It's about not letting the little things get to you, and it's about not letting people rain on your parade, because the lion is like about the sun. It's fiery energy, and it's like we don't want this like wet kitten trapped in a puddle energy. We want the lion energy in 2021. All right, so we're going to see what's going on in different areas of your life now. Leo, what is going on for Leo, Sun, Moon, and Rising? Okay, that is it. The first thing that's coming up is the Ten of Coins. This is a very good card to get. It shows that there will be financial prosperity. It shows that there will be fulfilling relationships and a good, fulfilling home life as well in 2021. In terms of money, there's some big decisions you're going to have to make. You're at a little bit of a crossroads when it comes to money. So this might mean that you're kind of caught up thinking about investing, or caught up thinking about, how am I going to manage my funds? What am I going to do in terms of money in this year? In communication, a lot of that communication is going to have to do with money. You're going to be talking to people about money, talking to people about goals, talking about where you can get to where you actually want to go. And I'm also seeing that there might be a new car purchase in 2021. Ooh, okay, so we had this Six of Swords coming up in the area of home and family. This caught me off guard because this is a card about travel and about moving. Did I say 2020? I mean 2021. I think you know that. I just moved, so I definitely was not planning on moving again. And I think I know at least one other Leo who also just moved, and we weren't planning on moving. So I hope that's not what this means. I'll have to cleanse myself of my fears so I can draw more cards on that and give us like a good answer about like what's really going on. Okay, but we're gonna move on for now. We'll go back to that later. The next card I got is the Page of Cups. So this is showing that you're going to feel very inspired, very able to do artistic and creative types of things in the year 2021. Ooh, work though. Oh my gosh, work. For some reason, you're going to feel like disappointed in yourself. And that's probably why we got this lion as the advice card. Okay, you need to be able to, what do they say? Like roll your shoulders back, lift your chin up, carry your head high. Yeah, carry your head high. That was the one I was really looking for. So that you don't let this stuff in your career get you down. Because it looks like there's some stuff that you're going to be worried about. You're going to feel like you didn't do a good enough job. You're going to be kind of beating yourself up over certain things. So we're gonna find out more information about that too. Why is that happening, Leo? Why? Okay, in terms of relationships, I'm feeling like a lot of emotional and then also a lot of sexual energy here, and you like almost like it's like very hormonal, and you feel like you don't really know what way to go with it, and like overwhelming emotions then in a way that you're not used to. So next we have this King of Swords coming up. I feel like for me personally, this one is going to be about my dad, so I'm a little bit concerned about that. But for most of us, it's either going to be someone in our family or someone who we think of as family. And I feel like there might be something, they might be sick, or there might be something going on with them. Oh gosh, this is scaring me. Okay. Oh, I hope there's nothing wrong with anyone. Okay. So next we have the Ace of Swords. This is about learning something new and seeing things from a new perspective. So it looks like there's going to be some good knowledge. For most of us, it's not going to be about going to college. Like, I'm not really seeing college come up. It's just going to be about learning something new. So it might be like enrolling in a new online course, like especially since it's swords, it's going to have to do with online communication and stuff like that. Yeah, so a new course, that looks like it's going to be good. And then there's some swift changes happening in your career. It looks like things are moving really fast and they're picking up more momentum and speed than you even really expected. But why are you beating yourself up over it? Like, what? Do you think you don't deserve success? Like, what is going on, Leo? Okay, so it looks like things are going to be changing really fast with your friends, and I feel like it's kind of about the way that they respond to some of the changes that are happening in your own life. So some of the communication with friends might be a little bit overwhelming this year because it feels like they all really, really, really want to support you, and they're coming from a good place, but you might not have as much time to interact with them based on all the other things that are coming up. So there's this kind of like overwhelming desire to communicate with them, but the time restriction is a problem. I'm seeing that as being kind of something we push to the back burner in 2021, though. Not that I want to do that, but if I'm busy, like, I think my friends will understand. So this is actually going to be a really big year for us. This is about going to be like finding our purpose, finding our destiny, feeling more closely connected with who we actually are. So there's a lot of really important things that are going on this year. And I want us to figure out, how can we really use that to our advantage? How can we embrace that? Because it looks like there are some oppressive things that are going on, and it might just be kind of our own self-thoughts that are being oppressive in our life. But I want us to be able to enjoy this more and enjoy this moment of coming into our soul's purpose. So I feel like that is something I'm going to ask a little bit more about. I do want to know more about what is going on in this career situation, and I want to make sure that this person is okay and moving. Are we moving? I want to say I don't want to move, but honestly, I don't think I would necessarily be upset if I did have to move. I think right now the idea seems cringy. Okay, let's find out first about moving. What is that about? This relocation stuff. Could just be about escaping bad situations. So this right here is trying to tell us a story. Like, this is not even the reading I was trying to do. But the spirits are trying to give us like kind of a plot line and explain what's been going on. So I'm seeing like there's a romantic relationship that's kind of steering us in a different direction in 2021. Now I'm really confused. I'm gonna have to draw more cards. And we're feeling kind of isolated for some reason. And then ultimately we're going to end up making a decision that is brave and kind of bold. So I'm still going to draw my, like, what the heck cards. Like, what the heck? This is my what the heck reading. Let's keep shuffling. Like, oh my gosh. I'm a married woman. I don't have time for this. Okay. Oh my gosh, what the heck? am concerned. Like, if you can't tell by my face, I'm so concerned, and this is so awkward. Why do I have to be a Leo? Okay, for me, this could be my ex-husband. So I'm like not less concerned. Oh my gosh. Betrayal. I don't like this. I don't like this. Can I have different cards? Oh man. Okay. It looks like there is some type of emotional affair happening that gets us confused and shakes up what might have otherwise been a secure living situation. So we wind up feeling that our living situation is all of a sudden not good or not ideal for some reason. I almost wish I didn't even do this. Like, I have to finish though. And this is about acting independently. This is about making our own decisions. And then this shows that there is some kind of legal matter going on. So for some of us, this could be about traveling back to somewhere we had to live, or somewhere we used to live. I guess we might have had to live there too. Somewhere we used to live because we have to deal with some type of legal matter. And there's some financial loose ends that are kind of coming up. It likely has something to do with someone we either gave money to or someone who gave us money in the past. And it's someone, most likely someone who we used to live with. And that's why we have to kind of travel and go back to this place and deal with this person. And like really the reason for that is that they're not happy with the current turnout. They're not happy with the way things have gone so far. So for me personally, this might be about like my ex-husband trying to get partial custody, which he's actually never tried to do in the past. But that's what it most likely means for me. For you, it might be some other type of legal issue. It might have to do with property. It might have to do with an inheritance. But either way, it is something that is going to cause you to have to travel. This card is kind of pointless. It's basically just saying that we're coming into it with a victory mindset, which might be a little bit too ego-based, because ultimately we are going to end up feeling betrayed. We're going to feel like there's something like wrong going on. We're going to end up feeling hurt, like awful, like we don't like the way that this turns out. This doesn't look like it's going to be good to us, but we're going to come in feeling a little bit too confident. So that's a big warning right there, and we're going to see what we can do to avoid letting this situation get so bad. There's some people around us who like they feel like something is owed to them, and they're not happy with the way things have turned out. So they don't even necessarily know what they think is owed to them or what is going to make them happy, which is annoying, but they're still trying to come after us for some reason. Okay, I see what I did. So this is someone we had previous emotional ties with. This is someone we had something going on with. Did I say that right in the past? Something going on with? I don't think that's a proper sentence. I think I'm just flustered. Okay, so we're going to ask for some advice on this. So it wound up looking like we're not actually going to move, but we are going to have to travel outside of our home, like probably considerably far, like out of state. If you live in Europe especially, it might be out of country. We're going to have to travel quite a bit of a distance in order to deal with whatever legal matter this is. And it's something that makes us feel kind of estranged from our current family that we've built around us. Okay, so we're going to draw some advice cards. I'm definitely going to do a personal reading for myself too after this, because I mean, I guess I have to wait till it actually comes up, but I'm going to have to get my ducks in a row. Okay, for the best possible outcome, we're going to need to get things handled legally on our own. So whatever, if you have an idea what this is right now, go to the court when they open in the morning, if you're watching this at night, and get your paperwork and get things sorted out to the best of your own ability right now. It might feel like everything is fine and good and dandy, but don't freaking broadcast that. Don't necessarily let people know that, because this is someone who is coming after you for some reason because they are upset emotionally and they're not they're honestly, this person coming after us, they're not satisfied with their own life. I bet you're glad you didn't click off this video now though, because it's like, this is at least something we can deal with as long as we know what's going on. Okay. So this is saying, do not just take the approach that I'm right, I've already done everything I'm supposed to do. This is going to be about some hard work, about some getting things done and taking initiative. So if you're willing to spend your time doing this and getting this handled, it's going to turn out better for you. And don't just trust that things are already sorted out. Like, don't be too spiritual about it. Don't just trust in the universe. This is going to be about us taking action and taking care of business and handling our legal paperwork in order to avoid catastrophes. All right, so keep things stable on your end. Like, I know I said that there's like some weird emotions being brought up for us this year, but this is really about essentially keeping our own ducks in a row and keeping things stable with our partners, with our own financial situations. And don't be too stingy with money, okay? Keeping things stable is going to be more about keeping your partner happy, keeping the people you live with happy, than it is going to be about penny pinching. Like, please don't pinch me. My name is Penny. Don't pinch me. And then emotionally, this is telling us, like, the other person who's coming after us, they're being high maintenance, they're being difficult to satisfy, and we need to kind of hit them back with that same energy. Like, nope, I'm not happy either. Don't try to, oh my gosh, some Leos, not me obviously, some Leos might try to manipulate someone by, manipulating their feelings and that kind of thing. So don't delve into any kind of romantic feelings, whether it's you the one initiating them or they're the ones initiating them. Like, don't let things get too sentimental, get romantic to the point where you could be manipulated, because Leos are pretty easy to manipulate. Like, that's one of my downfalls. I am way too easy to manipulate. So don't let things become too emotional to the point where there could be manipulation involved. Just be difficult to impress, be difficult to, I don't want to say satisfy, because I feel like that's taking it too far. Don't be happy unless the paperwork and the legal situation is up to par with your expectations, like with your real expectations. So for me, this might be like, well, my ex tries to come after us for partial custody, and then maybe I just hit him back saying, oh, well, you have years of unpaid child support, so you want partial custody, you're going to pay that child support. So that's an example of how I personally could handle that situation. Just hit them back with something. Okay. Next, we have this career situation. We have someone in the family. I don't think I'm ready to know about this person in the family yet. I think we're going to backtrack a little bit to this career situation. What is going on? Why are we being hard on ourselves? Why won't we just let ourselves be happy? So one issue is that we might not let ourselves have enough foresight. Like we might get a little too stuck in the present, feeling down on ourselves, but we need to keep that vision of the future alive. The first advice card for our career. Okay, so it looks like there's going to be some big moves. There's some really powerful career changes happening for us in 2021. But we feel like there's a lot of different things we have to kind of balance and we have to move forward carefully. So it's kind of like the snowball is rolling downhill. It's getting bigger. It's awesome. But for some reason, we're reacting to it in a way where we're like, oh no, slow down, snowball. I'm not ready for the snowball to come down the hill yet. So this has a lot to do with like trying to hold ourselves back, really kind of out of anxiety and kind of like, oh, what if it's just moving too fast? This is weird. I feel like I don't yet understand this message here. Okay. I wanted good news. I don't even know where to start. Okay, so this is about moving forward slowly because there's still some degree of uncertainty about what we actually want. And that's part of the reason why we're holding ourselves back this coming year. We're not feeling totally certain about what it is that we want. And we're feeling like the situation is just too messy. Like everything we want, even when we get what we want, there's a catch. And there's just too much stuff coming on board with it. And that's why we're having trouble figuring out what we want. It just seems like everything's overwhelming. Everything has like too much extra baggage that's coming along with it. And like there's some people who were toxic towards us, who were giving us bad energy, who gave us negative associations with certain things regarding our career. Like someone who was just like too aggressive, too harsh, and now we have these negative associations that are causing us to hold ourselves back in our career and causing us to act with a lot of fear and without the certainty about what it is we actually want. So we're going to have to do something to sort through that and find the truth within ourselves. And it does look like it's coming to us this year, but 2021 might be kind of like a bump in the road because of this. And there's going to be a lot of disappointment, a lot of feeling like, things are falling apart in 2021, especially career-wise. I dropped a card again. I did that earlier. In reality, we are taking steps up the ladder. We are moving forward. We are making progress in our career, but we might feel like we're not happy with the way that progress is actually manifesting. So that's part of the issue that we're having in 2021. I'm seeing I hate this. I absolutely hate this because, Leos are prideful. We don't want to admit to anyone that we need help with anything ever. But I'm seeing that this might be about coming to our mom or our dad for help. Kind of just because we're feeling lost, because we're feeling upset, and we kind of need that. We need the advice. We need the comfort of someone older than us who we can look up to. And we're worried that we're going to be missing out on something that could make us really happy because we're settling for this thing that might be what we thought it was what we wanted, but then in 2021 we're kind of seeing maybe it's not what I want. I'm feeling this sense of disappointment. I'm feeling like there's all this baggage that I'm not dealing with so well. So we are going to be looking to other people for advice, about how we can find happiness. So I'm seeing that that's really what we're looking for with our careers in 2021. And we're worried we're not going to be able to find happiness. Now, ultimately, it does look like there's some wisdom coming our way and some big lessons that'll help us realize what it is we want in our career and what we can do to feel our most fulfilled. So I do want to get some advice on this as well. Now, what can we do to find success in our career in the most fulfilling way in 2021? So it's about balance. It's about getting people to understand kind of our own vision and how our own need for synchronicity, like as above, so below, and what's inside of us and how we can get that to actually reflect on the outside. Because this is telling me that a big issue that we have is we're going to feel like what we're doing is not true to who we are. And that's really the big issue that we're going to be having. And it's going to make us feel like we want to fight with some people. It's going to make us feel scattered. It's going to, we're not going to feel centered because of that. But we can't let that affect us as much. We have to try to express our truth and express things in a way that allow us to feel balanced, allow us to feel beautiful on a soul level. So we have to like express what's in our soul and make our intentions known, like share them with other people, show other people, why do you want to do the things that you're doing? Don't just do the things, explain why you want to do them. So this is about intention. It's not just about action, it's about intention. Okay, so this is basically saying don't stop moving. Don't stop moving. Keep it alive. Let new things grow. Plant new seeds. Just because the ball is rolling doesn't mean you have to keep it totally consistent. You can start something new. You can start it in a new way. You can use that opportunity almost like to start over every day and be a new person every single day so that you can be as true to yourself as possible. You don't have to be stuck in the past in any sort of way. Okay, and definitely let money be a reward for you. Don't wind up beating yourself up over money. Don't wind up feeling like you don't have enough of it, or you're not using it in the right way, or you're not saving it the way you should be. And I feel like this is going to be a lot of us telling ourselves, I'm not spending my money wisely, or I need to be doing this with my money, or I make so much money, I should be handling it differently. So this is part of where that self-criticism is coming in, and it's really not healthy and really not serving us well. So Spirit is telling us that we do need to be able to enjoy the money that we will be making in 2021, and in enjoying it is part of setting our intentions. It's a part of manifestation. It's part of putting things in the right place. And as long as we're spending it in a way that makes us happy, that's us being true to ourselves. Okay, so we got 2 10 cards. We got the 10 of Wands and the 10 of Cups. And this is basically saying, don't just try to force yourself to feel happy. It's okay to feel like you're dealing with a huge emotional burden. Like even when things are supposedly really, really awesome, it doesn't mean you have to be nothing but happy. It's okay to feel that emotional burden, and it's okay to express that emotional burden. And like part of what I'm getting from this whole series of advice to some extent is just be transparent with people. Like let people know what's going on with you internally. Let people see what's actually in your soul so that you can keep things alive, so you can keep things fresh, so you can keep things honest. And if we try to bury how we're feeling, then those parts of who we are, they're going to be hidden, and then we're not going to feel as good about ourselves ultimately at the end of the day. So that is that. I'll have to rewatch this, I swear. It's kind of weird to rewatch my own video, but I think I'm going to need to hear that again personally. Now I want to know what is going on with this person in our family, and are they okay? And just to clarify, like, as a reminder, I assume people know this, but this is the general reading, and it's because it's for so many people, it's really only capable of being so accurate. I do find them to still be very accurate for me and the people I know, but it's don't hold too much stock in it. Okay, like, get a personal reading, like, please, at some point, for you, not for me, for you. Okay. So far this doesn't look that bad. It just looks like there's some changes going on with this person. The final outcome card is the Hanged Man, which is about changing perspectives. Not necessarily because you personally wanted to change, it's just kind of like you needed to change the way you saw things. So I'm just going to take a minute to kind of clear my head here. So I'm feeling like this is a person in your life who feels really disempowered, who feels really hopeless about things that are going on, and they might be tempted to give up in a lot of ways, you know, to basically stop trying in life. And they might also be tempted to resort to some things that are not considered to be morally acceptable. They might resort to some dishonest behavior, like possibly stealing things, and they're not easy to deal with during this time. They're not easy to confront during this time because they have like a very kind of hostile energy that they give off. So you're going to feel like you can't confront them about what's going on, but they're also going to feel like there's nothing they can do about what's going on. So like their attitude about it when you try to talk to them is going to be like, you're just trying to guilt trip me about things here. And they're in a situation where they don't really know what to do, and they feel like, I feel like this has to do with money, and I feel like there's something really important that they think they could be doing with this money, but they're in a situation where they think that everyone else around them needs to cooperate with them, and they basically need to be able to orchestrate everything that is happening around them. And when they don't get this level of control, they're going to feel very unsatisfied. They're going to feel disempowered. They're going to feel unhappy. They're going to feel like other people are putting shackles around their feet, essentially. And they're going to feel like they can't do the thing that they wanted to do because other people just won't help them out. So I'm trying to get a sense of like who exactly this is, because I know I initially said it was a family member, but I don't feel like I'm getting any additional information. So for a little bit more extra context with the card we already got, it is someone who identifies as male, or at least has very masculine energy, and they most likely are an Aquarius, Libra, or Gemini. Otherwise they'd have, you know, strong intellectual traits, and they're very logical in the way that they operate. So I'm seeing that this is kind of someone who helped them in the past, and almost a sensation of the way that things were in the past. And that's part of the reason why they're so resentful that people aren't helping them out now. That, you know, this money situation, they feel like it's something that they need help with and they need more control with. And they feel like, you know, if other people would be willing to invest in the same thing, it could have so much success. But really they wind up feeling like there's nothing they can do, and the only option is to kind of give up. So this is someone they might try to this isn't necessarily worst case scenario, but one of the worst things that might end up happening is they might end up trying to take money from your bank account. And they might they might essentially try to do something that's very dishonest because they feel like they need to be making some type of investment this year, and they need you to help them do it. They need you to be on board with them. So they're being they're trying to be controlling. I'm not, like, based on this card, they feel disempowered. So they're very frustrated that their attempts to be controlling are not fruitful and that you are not letting them control you. So that's kind of the issue that I'm seeing going on here. And ultimately, this is something that they're just going to kind of have to move on from. And, you know, later in the year or once 2022 hits, they might change the way they view things. They might look back on things and start to see some of the ways that they were actually wrong. But I feel like for the most part, this is something that we're already going to know how to handle. We're already not going to be receptive to this person who is trying to control us, because really, like, no one else can decide our actions for us. We can only decide our own actions, and that's something that's important for this person to accept. So anyway, I hope you liked the reading. If you did, please leave a comment below. I love to read them. And if you want a natal chart calculator, I have one that I created the descriptions for myself. The link is below in the description. Please subscribe, hit the notification bell if you want to be notified when I upload a new video, and hit the thumbs up button if you liked the video. And I hope to be hearing from you again on Facebook, Twitter, and elsewhere. Bye-bye.